Yes, it is that time of week again. It is M2 Mondays on New World Sim Racing's Twitch channel. I am Milo the First, and we are at Snetterton tonight for round number 3. As always, excited about it because the series is such a great event with close racing throughout and absolutely no crashes. No, I'm kidding. We definitely had a few last week. So, yeah, we are at Snetterton, as I say. So, Snetterton, not a very popular track on ACC, and indeed, you won't see many people racing it. Here it is in all of its glory. I love the corner names, although I think there's an updated track map now, or I've certainly seen a different one. But it is what it is. So on this particular version of the track map, it's the center straight at the start of the lap. Hey Vulcan, how you doing? Bullet, good to see you. Jay Goose, good to see you. Lovely. Greg Hunter, how are you? Good to see you. So yeah, the center straight into turn 1, which is Riches, into the hairpin turn number 2, where there's an awkward slip road on the left-hand side for a shorter track variant that when people first drive this track, they tend to turn left there. You know, not everybody, but I've seen it happen. Into turn 3, a left sweeping left-hander takes you up to the second hairpin, turn 4, Agostini, according to this track map. That is also a hairpin. Through turns 5, 6, and 7, which is Williams, along the Bentley Straight to Brundle Corner, which is turn 8 after the bridge. Turn 9 is kind of a sharp right-hander at Nelson. Bomb Hole, I want to be very clear, I said bomb hole at turn 10. Leads you onto that lovely, long, sweeping right-hander, which, you know, leads you to turn 11 Coram, into turn 12 Murray's, and back onto the straight. And that is a lap of Snetterton. That's right. No, it's Snetterton. It's pronounced Snetterton. It looks like a keyhole, kind of, if you think about it. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. The guys are on track. They're in free practice. 4 minutes to go, which is the perfect amount of time for me to bring in my co-commentator. I'm quite excited about today's intro, and with that in mind, where is his entrance music? Here it is. Get pumped up for the intro. I do lunges during this part, just so everyone knows. Are you ready? Alright, some say he likes his eggs sunny side down. Some say he once bathed an orangutan in eucalyptus oil. Some say he has an unusually shaped uvula, which, by the way, is the hanging fleshy tissue in the back of your throat that triggers your gag reflex. And finally, some say that he will be the lead actor in the Brazilian version of James Bond, starring Tiago Alves in The Spy Who Loved Sand, Octo Sandy, Sand Member, The Man with the Sandy Gun, Dr. Sand, and On Her Majesty's Sandy Service. All I know is he's my friend and yours, Tiago Alves.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I only understood like 50% of what you just said, but it sounded really cool. So thank you. How are you doing this beautiful evening, my brother?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm looking forward to a race at Snetterton, and yeah, this should be a good one, man. I've not raced here on this game. I remember driving here on Project Cars but like that was single player stuff, and I didn't, I wasn't in this community then. I've never driven here, so I should have probably driven tonight. But what are you gonna do?
You know what's the funny part in this? We had like around 20 some people in the voice chat, 2 esports drivers, and none of them knew the tracks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it could be an interesting event. There are 26 drivers in the lobby right now, free practicing. You can see on your screens Justin Moffat. You'll know him as Muff on Twitch, and he's in car 223 Crazy Rabbits Racing with his little custom livery. Now, I also have... I don't see Chemo in here yet, so the name I couldn't pronounce actually is Chemo Sith on Twitch, and he sent a custom livery, but it doesn't look like he's going to make the race today. He's not in here right now, so only about a minute left in free practice. The timing has been immaculate today, Tiago, to get ready for qualifying.
Oh, that is true. We're already like getting into the action, and quite the packed grid. I'm looking forward.
Let's hope they take it a little easier. Louis Castro is my one to watch in this series, as he was last year. He currently is fastest in free practice with the 2:04.2. We have Carl Big joining us tonight. As always, we have Vincent Stout joining us as well. Ed Kersetter will be out there. He's had some good races this season so far. Kyle Cassette is up in here. Had a rough turn 1, I think, last week. So hopefully Kyle will have a better start to this race. Joey Melitti in the Spaghetti Mobile. You can see him on Twitch as well at My Name is Mud. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that intro, because I really enjoyed creating that one today.
I know this is a process you thoroughly enjoy, and I actually, being quite honest, I enjoy to like not knowing what to expect and like the fun aspect. I quite love it.
That's it. Farasadi rejoins us tonight, car 41. He was not feeling too good last week, so he's back in the seat tonight. Jay Barrett is with us tonight in the Juicy Fruit M2. As always, we have Samir Kadura, the Cuban, rejoining tonight. Danny Bison's out there, was having some PC issues. Let's hope he's put those behind him, ready for tonight. Qualifying is coming up. I'm just looking to see...
Did you say Barrett's name?
I did, yeah. Joby Savage joins the series. He joined last week, and he's back in here tonight in his very clean custom livery, which features none other than Tiago Alves.
Oh my god. I was going to share his stream, but like, no, not anymore. It's his fault.
Yeah.
That livery sucks.
I don't know if I can find it. Actually, let's have a look. TV2. Weird helicopter cam. It's being weird. It's going to TV1 or Helicam. Interesting. All right.
Ryan Cody is harassing Kyle Cassette for some reason. Yeah.
Yes, we have Carlos Guzman and I believe... Yep, Jose Guzman as well. Both in here tonight. Bruce Hopkins joins us tonight as well. Some guys just finishing their laps off here, and they're going to head to quali right now, so that's perfect. We are going to hit drive, so we're ready to go. And we'll see who goes out on track first for qualifying. 20-minute qualifying session starts now, and the guys are going to start leaving the pits as we speak. And that takes us to our sponsorship segment, Tiago. We have to do our sponsor, as always, because, it's a contractual obligation. So, as always, tonight's race is brought to you by Sandbags Inc., a Tiago Alves company. If you're looking for solutions to common everyday problems like you're setting up an aquarium, you'd like to add some texture to your home paintings, or you're making a DIY Zen garden, call Tiago Sandbags Inc. on 0858 50 50 50, or email him at tiago@sandisnotajokebro.com. Disclaimer: Sandbags Inc. is not affiliated with New World Sim Racing in any way, shape, or form. Address all complaints to Brazil. Terms and conditions apply.
Once again, I have to highlight that address complaints to Brazil.
That's right.
Like, you really go to like our president, that dick, And you're like, oh man, yeah, of course.
Ryan
Five cents,
Cody joins the series tonight. Look at the livery on Ryan's car.
He's also a drummer, and this is his string. He's quite good, not gonna lie.
You like that, Greg? Have you been here, Greg, for the M2 Monday series before? Yeah, we do like to have some fun with the intro and the sponsor segment. And do we still have the sandbag emote on this channel?
I don't think it's on this channel. Let me check that. We should have, I think.
Yeah, we need to figure out the emote situation for sure.
No, I don't think we do. I do have on mine. Let me throw it on mine. So if you guys want that.
There it is. Look at that. There it is. So Ryan Cody on track, joining us for the first time in this series. 20-minute qualifying session, I guess, so people have more time to learn. And as you can see by the track map, most drivers are out on track because they need to learn. Greg, cheers for the follow. Appreciate that, man.
Welcome, Greg.
Louis Castro, again, my one to watch tonight. We'll keep an eye on Louis as the race unfolds. Who else haven't we mentioned tonight? We do have Dave Miller in the Angry Vauxhall Racing M2, car 603. And
we have Niall Schlitter, a friend of yours, Danny Bison.
Niall Schlitter, Phantom Sim Racing. He's gone for the sleek black livery there, same as our man Carl Big. Ricky Scott joining us, hot off the work. I believe he makes it home just in time to do this. And yeah, so Ricky Scott, Knox Racing, car 84. Unfortunately got taken out early in Watkins' race last week, along with a couple of others. So
welcome, Mr. Mitsubishi. We also have a 6-year-old called Jared Seckham. Welcome.
Yep, Jared, welcome. And yeah, thanks for the follow, Mitsubishi. Appreciate it a lot.
Hope you didn't butcher the name.
Hopefully I didn't butcher the name too bad. Yeah, I do have a habit of doing that, so I apologize. For those of you that weren't here last week, we found out that if you press Tiago's belly button, he makes this noise. I just wanted to use that sound effect one more time. Like the car company,
Bruh,
Mitsubishi, gotcha.
I don't know why you're doing this because I'm dead.
Yeah. Michael Lukey joins us tonight in car 26, as always. Going for the all-red livery. Red Rum, in fact, is his team name. Famous horse in England. Somebody off in the background there. I feel like we're going to see that quite a lot tonight.
63.
Who do you think's got a good handle on this up? Let's see where. All right, Louis coming around towards the end of the track. So what we're going to do, we're going to do an onboard with Louis Castro. Here is Louis. As you can see, he looks really ready for tonight.
What a great driver in slow cars. Last week I did the track guide. If you will on this one, because I have no clue of anything about this track.
Oh, and just as we go for an onboard with Louis, what does he do? He goes to the pit lane. Oh. Unbelievable, Louis. You didn't read the script, did you?
No.
Okay, we're going to ride on board with Joseph Kostovich. So I've no idea if he knows this track very well. So we see him head into turn 2, which is the first of the hairpins. And you see that little road on the left there. There's a wall there. I'm not sure if there's always been a wall there. On some games it's not there, so it can be quite misleading. Into this left-hander brings us up to the second hairpin, Agostini. Literally everyone binned it or pitted last night with onboards. So Joseph Kostovich, right now, he is the fastest on track with a 2:04.2. Goes through the second hairpin and heads down towards, I believe this corner is called Hamilton. It's not on our track map though. Into quite a sharp 90 degree, and then onto Williams corner, which is another kind of 90 degree or more. That brings you onto the Bentley Straight, and you've got time to use the bathroom, have a drink, read a book, look out the window, look at my house, under the bridge, and then into the left-hander, So kind of a chicane here with a really sharp exit there. And that brings you to the corner that gets us onto the long, sweeping right-hander. So, have you driven this track, Tiago?
I've driven it. It's probably one of those that you ignore because you suck at it.
And that ends with that sharp left back onto the home straight, and that is a lap on board at Snetterton. So at least Kostovic made it around without too much trouble. And TV camera 2 is not working tonight for some reason. Not sure why, but we'll see if that fixes itself at some point. Jeremy Story out there tonight. He's also been good the last couple of weeks.
Cody yellow in the long right.
I see that, yeah. So 12 minutes to go in quali. Currently Kostovic, Kadura, Kahoot, Funk, Sauer are your top 5. We do have... Some drivers might decide to start from the pits. They may go out and do practice and then throw their... Sorry, not start from the pits, but start at the back. Some of our faster drivers in this series, because this is a for fun series for the community, but at the same time, it's definitely growing a little more... You know, just with the pure number of competitors, Tiago.
Absolutely. We're getting numbers, and this is a fun car to race, so people are gathering around, and I just love to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Lazy cameraman, typical Brits, says Jared.
Oh, low.
Eric Blumenkrantz joins us, ST Racing. What a livery he's got rocking there. Is that an in-game one? I think it is. It's a weird...
Who's sorry?
Blumenkrantz.
Check that out. By the way, this is one name we didn't... I think it's an in-game. We didn't talk about Muff as well. Muff is in the race, and he's from your community as well.
Yeah, no, Muff, I did mention, he was on the screen when I first went, before your intro.
Oh, okay.
So he's currently 7th on the grid provisionally with a 2055, and we will keep an eye on Muff.
To chat, shout out to this beautiful man that is with me. This is his Twitch. Go give him a shout out and a follow.
Oh, who, me?
Yes.
Ah, you're the best. Thank you, Tiago. I appreciate that, man.
My pleasure.
TV Cam 2 goes to Helicam. See that?
Helicam, just press F3 three times and you'll hit it?
It's just swapping between the two cams tonight. And I don't know why. There's normally 3.
It could be a track thing.
Could be.
There will be a track thing, yeah.
I've never commentated at Silverstone before, so that is a possibility. So let's check in with Louis Castro. So you're going to get close-ups or Helicam tonight, guys. That's all I can do, apparently. Jared says Milo's voice is ASMR. Changed my mind.
Oh, God. Get a room.
I appreciate that, Jared. Thank you, man. Even if he is destroying Danny Ricciardo's career like it's real life. Yeah, I've been playing F1 Manager, Tiago.
All right.
It's really good. It's really, really good. It's got some issues, it's got a few things they could definitely fix. Whether they will or not before next year and releasing another one, who knows? But Dylan Sauer, whose livery I really enjoy, by the way. This blue and yellow one. It reminds me of I don't know what that reminds me of. Like Lego or something. I don't know. It's just cool. I like it.
Honestly, it doesn't remind me of anything particularly. It does look cool though. It looks actually cool.
It's just a good mixture of colors, the blue, yellow, and the gray like that. I don't know. Looks good. Let's check in with Chris Turner in our sponsorship vehicle.
Oh my god.
As he leaves the pit lane here, you will notice on the hood for our American friends, Tiago Alves, Sandbags Inc.'s CEO.
He's getting a drive-through on the start of the race because of the reason I can.
Because you have the power?
Because I am an admin, so I can do it, so you will get one.
You're waiting for a couple of patches before your Save Ferrari from themselves campaign can get going. Yeah, for sure, Jared. Try and rewrite that one. I might try and nab signs back to McLaren.
I'm applying to the stretch job in Ferrari because apparently it's really easy to get that.
Okay, our resident esports driver, Danny Byston, Area 52 Sim Racing, as you see him straightening out, so he's obviously had an off track there as we join him, but he has gone fastest with a 2:03.5. Louis Castro currently provisionally second with a 2:03.6, going in that classic Force India livery. It looks like it, right? It looks like the Force India livery from F1. Same kind of deal. Jay Barrett currently P4 with a 2:04 flat. We got a bunch of drivers in the 2:04s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers in the 2:04s. We have a lot in 2:05s. We've got 3 drivers that haven't logged a lap yet, so we'll see how they get on. And
Anybody's then Twitch in the chat.
Yep, that is Carbon's Twitch. He's not been streaming a lot lately. He did kind of a comeback stream not long ago, so hopefully we'll see some more streams from Carbon. Yeah. So who else do we have? Nick Cahoots out there in the blue with kind of a green, grey, white trim. Car number 3. And we'll see how he gets on today. We do have somebody's off track at turn 1 there.
Teleported.
Anybody we haven't
Mr. Hopkins
checked in with? I think we've pretty much checked in with everybody. David Funk. He's out there in the Smokem M2. What a terrible camera maneuver that was. He's running a livery created by Jay Barrett. It's kind of like the Fast and Furious livery, I believe. But it has Tiago on it as well. Lots of people running with Tiago themed liveries.
I know, it's kind of disturbing if you ask me.
Kind of disturbing?
Yes,
or kind of amazing?
No, definitely not. I'm not good in English, but I do think this would not be the best definition, though.
Car 33, currently 6th fastest, with 6 minutes to go in qualifying. Samir Kadura, car number 33 from Cuba. And yeah, we'll see how he gets on. It's currently 6th, as I say, on the grid. Interesting grid shaping up here. I thought we might see some differences because of it being Snetterton, you know?
Yeah, I think the track... This is one track which I normally put together with Brands Hatch, with Fulton Park, some others that, Laguna Seca probably, that are really fun with slow cars and not as fun with GT3s. So I think with this car, this track should be actually a blast.
It should be, and we always get some really close racing in this series, and that's what makes it so good. 27 drivers on track.
This car also allows a lot of rubbing, so we may see a lot of skin on skin.
You mean, wait, you mean we might see a lot of skin on skin?
The difference in voice is egregious. That's a beautiful voice thing. Wow.
Yeah, I was explaining to someone the origin of that yesterday.
I don't even remember. Do you want to explain that?
I was skin-splaining.
Bro.
No? I'm a dad, so I'm allowed to make dad jokes. You know?
It's a responsibility to make.
Yeah, exactly. Faris Saidi, currently 8th fastest with the 2:04.8. He is up on his time right now. Don't be surprised if you see Faris suddenly jump up the grid order, because he has this habit of just showing up and being quick.
Oh guys, I'm severely off pace. P3.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Alright, yeah, he's rounding into the last corner. He's up a little bit, not quite a 10th at the moment, so he's still got time though. 4.5 minutes left in qualify. I almost said Q1. I've been playing F1 Manager too much. We are only having one qualifying session, just to clarify. There are no Q1, 2, 3. Yeah, never fit. Yeah, Miller off track there. We're going to see a few drivers, I believe, enjoying the grassy delights of Snetterton tonight.
Yeah, Lawnmower Simulator, the word says it was filmed around here.
Yeah. Do you know what? There's certain areas of the track where TV2 works.
Wait, how does that? Uh, ACC things, man.
Like, this is TV2 I'm in now. This is TV1, it's closer. This is Helicam. Alright, TV2 started working. I'm not going to complain, because TV2 is actually my favorite, to be honest with you. So, I like it because it gives you kind of a wider angle. And you can kind of, you know, I can click into TV1 for a close-up if I really want to take a look at something.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. So Ryan Cody, glad to see him out there. Currently running, or currently P17 on the grid with a 2066. He has Guzman, Hopkins, Stout, Turner, all around him. So we'll see how he gets on. Anyone massively up right now? We do have Funk. He's up almost 3/10 right now. He's got through that technical sector 1. He's in sector 2. And let's see if he can finish this lap off. He's, yeah, about 3.5 tenths up right now. That could jump him as high as 7th. He's provisionally 10th as we look at it right now. And he's heading into that last tricky right-hand sweeping corner. The keyhole. It looks like a keyhole.
It does look like a keyhole. There, in the chat, people offered me various perspectives from that track map. Most of them I can't say on stream.
Okay, understood. I will use my imagination.
Oh, please tell.
And Funk actually gained almost half a second here. Let's see. Yeah, that jumps him to P7. So Funk jumps 3 spots on the grid order for now with 2 minutes to go. So he can get one more lap in. Some people have gone to the pits. They've had enough of qualifying. Maybe not thinking they're going to improve their lap. So Beisden, Castro, Kostovic is the current 1, 2, 3 on the grid. Tiago, if you would do me the courtesy of when we do the grid walk again, if you could scroll down the list of names as I read them again, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to change screens, right?
You have to get it to a point where you can scroll down the names as I read them somehow.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. And then as you scroll down, yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Massive yellow Ferris.
Ferris has gone. Oh, and he's got lots of damage on the car too. I don't know if you want to have a look at the replay of that at the end of quali.
I'm sure he's beached.
It looks like he's stuck. Yeah, I see his wheel moving. Yeah, he's beached, but the car doesn't look beached.
Let me check, where is the shunt? Oh my god.
Yeah, he may.
I do have it, but if you only if you want to look at it.
I mean, should we?
If you want a giggle or two.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to here. Bottom right will be Ferris. This is at the end of qualifying.
Second hairpin. He's probably pissed at this point. He thinks he's really off pace. He gets at the biggest run he can get into the grass, and then boom.
I see.
There he goes.
And his car.
I don't think he's beached. I think it has no engine left.
Yeah, I think that could be a engine damage situation, which is fine. All right, so Schlieder actually just improved on his lap. He's up to P6. So Tiago, WTF man, says Carbon.
What did I do? What did I?
Nox says, turn 1 wreck, I'm giving up on life then.
Wait, would you decide any? Jesus.
All right, the grid has been decided, and I will be doing the grid walk once they're on the grid. How many times can I say grid in this sentence?
Oh my
grid.
Just so you know, Milo, the DQing parade from Ferris has started. Danny Beisden, Luis Castro, Kostovic, and Sadie starting from the back. It wasn't me.
Oh, that was Ferris. Really okay. Okay. Lewis was my one to watch, but that's okay. We can live with that.
Back.
He wants to start from the back. That's
starting
fine.
From the back. Yeah.
Carbon as well, starting from the back. Ferris did that. So we got some faster boys starting at the back, which will make things interesting for them. And we're just waiting for the cars to go on the grid, and we will do our famous grid walk. Is it famous?
Mr. Knox. No. But it's cool, but it's not famous yet. Yet. Keyword.
Where am I? I'm gonna be here. Just waiting for
Knox
them.
Styles, welcomes up.
So 30 seconds to go. Session is. There's a lot of chat going on. Yeah, Ed asked for a DQ. Louis said the fuck. So I don't think he. I don't know.
They know.
They know.
Those. I can't say the word I would describe them, but they know.
Yeah, exactly. So we gotta. This is a fun series, guys. You know, so just keep that in mind.
Eckerstetter just joined the crew.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get him on the grid. Just waiting for the session to switch over. Bum bum bum. Should be any second now. This wait here is too long, but the next wait is perfect. Just gonna throw that out there. All right, so people playing with their setup as they wait for the session to tick over.
Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Story. Like, I think this is 2 weeks in a row. He's quite high up the grid. Love to see it.
Yeah, he is. He's quick. He really is. So let's go F7, Control F7, and speed up. Get in position for Snetterton's grid walk. And here we go. So the grid has changed due to Tiago or Faris.
Hey, what's Faris?
It was Faris. Let the music begin. All right, and I need Tiago's list of names in front of me. Here we go. All right, so your grid at Snetterton is Barrett in P1, Story P2, Kahoot P3, Funkin 4, Kadura 5, Schlitter 6, Sauer 7, Moffat 8, Scott is 9, Lukey 10, Turner 11th, Stout 12, Cody 13, Guzman 14, Hopkins 15, Cassette 16, Savage 17, Miller 18, Blumenkrantz 19, Guzman 20, Jay Guzman that is, 21 is Meliti, 22 is Big, 23 Bison, 24 Castro, 25 Kostovich, 26 Kurseta, and 27 Saidi.
Good job. Mr. Knoxhouse, who are you on the grid? I don't think I saw you.
He's Ricky Scott.
Before. Oh, Ricky Scott. Welcome. You said you're going to cause a pileup on the start. Please don't. I will not refrain from DQing you, and that will be me.
All right, 14 seconds till they go off on their formation lap. I will position myself at turn 1 as always. And Tiago will follow the formation lap.
Yes. Do you want me to follow the front of the grid or the back?
Probably the front. The guys leave the grid lane.
Better. Free all.
Fade out the music a little bit. All right, and we are all systems go here in race control. And yeah, they head off on their formation lap, which usually is a complete mess anyway. I honestly, like, formation laps drive me nuts, dude. Just because ghosting is on, you know what I mean?
I honestly, like, I know it would be bad at most times, but iRacing formation lap would be the best thing, in my opinion.
All right, we want this. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Socko, how you doing, brother? For any latecomers, please check out the intro later on the VOD, because it was really enjoyable tonight. I really enjoyed it.
You can also check out our Discord that is in the message above. We are a sim racing community. We take all kinds of drivers from the slowest to the fastest. We just aim for fun and clean racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see on the right of your screen, we do have the formation lap underway. That is the leading pack. We have quite a few fast drivers that have been ballast. It's not really ballast, but they kind of are. because they are starting at the back. And this series always makes for good racing. Expect to see some of them battling it out in this event. I'm excited for it, and it's kind of cool. Sitting at turn 1 here, I can actually see almost the entire track. I actually lose track of the cars as they go under the bridge onto the last section, but it's pretty neat. You can see a real chunk of this track right from turn 1.
Yeah, it is a beautiful track. It's hard to deny that.
The way you said yeah was really not enthusiastic, by the way.
Oh, I kind of like this track. I just wish I were better at it to love it more. If it makes sense.
You were like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The question is then, Tiago, what's the over-under on
Skin on Skin?
Oh, I would say the over-under is yes.
Yeah.
A lot of skin on skin.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see some. And the problem is, Snetterton's one of those tracks where, once you go off, you're just out there in the grass. Like, there's not many spots where there's a wall or a barrier to stop you from going lawn mowing,
True, it's a big field. You'll take quite a while to be able to join back.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. I never went to Snetterton. I've been to a lot of racetracks in the UK, but I never made Snetterton. All right, so we're about to hit the start line. As you can see, we're focused on turn 1. Away they go for Snetterton. 45 minutes, mandatory pit stop. We'll position drone cam at turn 1 as we watch Barrett lead them in, with Story on his left-hand side. And we watch the back of the field, making it clean so far. Too wide in many spots, but that's about it. We'll follow them in drone cam for a little bit as they go around the hairpin. Tiago's focused in on them right now, and then I'll switch to broadcast cams in a minute. We do have contact. Somebody is off. Who is that? An orange car?
Yellow Mr. Funk collected with Mr. Scott.
Yeah, Funk and Scott collided there. So we'll give Ricky Scott made it back onto track. Funk is going to rejoin at the back. And, we got another incident higher up the field. 2 cars, 3 cars. Kostovich, Savage, and Kyle Cassette. Thank you, Tiago. Kyle taking a barrier with him on the track there, as you can see. We will switch to broadcast cams in a moment, guys. So a couple of early parts of
Skin on Skin.
And we will, of course, check back in the Skin on Skin stakes a bit later on. Tiago, if you want to set up a replay, I'm going to switch to the game full screen. Let me know if there's anything you want us to take a look at on those. Be happy to check in with that. As we look at the leaders, 1 and 2, separated by 3/10 right now, and it is Jay Barrett and Jeremy Story, who's had a really good run. He'll fancy his chances of winning this race, and nice to see Jay leading the race here. We'll check in with the fast boys as well. Carl Bigg started at the back, already up to P17. Ahead of Joey. Louis Castro behind Joey there with Ed Kerstetter as well. So the fast boys are moving up the field quite quickly already. Bysden is at the back, so he may have had an off track there. Carbon, not sure. Let's see what happens with those guys. We got lots of close racing going on right now. Jay Barrett, in fact, may have just lost the position to Story. Yeah, Story gets past him. I think he got past him on the last corner going into turn 1. He runs wide though, and actually Jay Barrett's going to get the position back. So a nice move from Jay Barrett, retakes the lead of the race. Let's hope their battle continues for the long haul. Yeah, awesome stuff. So it's Barrett from Story. Kadura in 3rd. He's up 1 spot as well on Nick Cahoot in 4th. Schluter 5th. Schlieder, sorry, not Schluter. I'm sorry. Moffat 6th is Huff. Lukey in 7, with Turner and Sauer right behind him as well. So look at this pack of M2s. This is a perfect track for these cars, Tiago, as you said earlier. It really is.
Yeah, no, I was looking at Dylan. He had a problem right before green, so that's why he was cutting like mad before the green.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, Dylan is just tucked in P9 right now. Then behind him you have Stout, Cody, and Ryan has Carlos Guzman and Bruce Hopkins right behind him. Hopkins and Guzman similar colored liveries, so actually, it's like they're inside out. It's kind of, it's kind of cool. Ricky Scott, with that incident he was in, drops to P14 for now, and he has Carl Big right behind him. What a great shot of them coming down the Bentley Straight at Snetterton right there. And yeah, that is such a great shot. Oh my, awesome. And Ricky Scott is closing in on Bruce here, right on the back of him, 2/10, probably about a tenth now, as they head into the last part of Sector 3. Sweeping around this right-hander into the sharp left. Bruce ran wide. Ricky's going to have a look on the outside going into the last corner. Late braking from Ricky Scott. He doesn't nail it though. Runs wide on the exit of the last corner, and Bruce will sustain that position. Nice attempt by Ricky, but that's the thing about Snetterton. There is a one braking spot for that corner. Farasaides in P20, so he's making his way up, but not quite at the same speed as the others. Joby has dropped to the back for now. Hopefully he hasn't got too much damage, because he did get hit there, right?
Got a replay?
Got a replay? Perfect. Alright, take it away.
And Kyle Cassett does turn 5, gets a good exit, but Slidey loses the car, hits Kostovich, which causes a massive, not a massive pileup, but a pileup nonetheless.
A couple of drivers, looks like Louis and Ed were very fortunate to miss that. They just squeaked past.
Louis and Ferris passed through that side by side, literally.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? There's not much you can do about that one. Oh, we got somebody off track. Is it Kyle at Cassette? We got I think it's Carl. Yeah, it is. Yellow flag for Carl as you see him coming back on. If you want to see what happened to Carl this time, that's 2 spins for Carl so far, so he won't be happy about that. Bisden in P24 currently, but the fastest. Louis. Yeah, Louis, I've got him rejoining the track. Let's see a replay of that. So Louis drops back down to P22, so all that hard work he's put in so far. As I was saying before, Bisden Carbon, Danny Carbon Bisden, let's call him. Car 52, obviously, for Area 52. He is starting to try and work his way through the pack, and he's currently got the fastest lap of the race with a 2:04.3. We have lost one driver. We're down to P27, so I'm not sure who left, but somebody did.
Got Kyle's replay. I'll get into Louis.
Kyle's replay, take it away.
He does this, not the same turn, but close enough, and he gets grass, and he takes Joey quite the same way he did. Again,
Kyle
rough path.
is murdering people.
Yes, non-intentional, but like they're
Of course. Yeah, this car looks like it's hard to control once you hit that sand.
It is. Like TC1, you have to be vigilant on the throttle.
All right, new fastest lap out there now, a 2:04.3 for the Cuban Samir Kadura. And he's running in P3 right now. And as you can see, Story and Barrett not far ahead of him, about 7/10. So the front four fairly close together there. Kahoot running P4. You'll be happy with that as well. And then Nick Schleter, not Nick. Good, I've butchered his name like 8 times already in this stream. I'm sorry, bro. Niall Schleter in P5. Justin Moffat running P6 now. Good stuff, Muff. Keep it going. He's got Lukey on his inside, though. Muff takes kind of what you'd expect to be the proper exit for that turn. Lukey almost had him on the inside, but it looks like Muff did get a better run out of that. As they go now, they're coming into what will be Williams' corner coming up here, this right-hand. A little bit of grass for both of them. And when you don't know a track very well, that's when you can easily follow someone off track, Tiago, you know?
Absolutely. This track as a whole, like, you probably have to follow people to be, like, completely competitive.
All right, I got a shot here. Dylan Sauer. There's not much toe on these cars. We've talked about that before. But Dylan, right behind Turner, pulls across to the inside as they go under the bridge. Goes through the left-hander. That will give Turner the inside on the right-hand part of that chicane. And it looks like they are side by side as they come up towards this long, never-ending... Well, it does end, so it's not really never-ending, but right-hander. The keyhole. It's called the bomb hole, that whole section.
to get into that.
Don't
because
get into
people
it.
Stay up 10 years old, so.
Yep. Dylan keeps, actually makes it stick, gets past Turner, because I think Dylan started behind Turner. Yeah, he did. So Dylan gets past Turner, and that's also brought Carlos Guzman into the fray in Chris Turner's mirrors.
Got Castro's replay.
Yeah, that's right. So you got Castro's replay. Perfect. All right, let's have a look, see what happened to Louis.
Yes, he goes this behind this Ed Kerstetter. Lewis is about to join a spicy battle ahead, but he checks out, so of course, as he should. Ed Kerstetter doesn't check up as much.
Oh!
Which causes him to stay behind and rejoin another battle, actually.
Yeah, unlucky there for Louis, but yeah, I mean, these things happen. All right, Jay Barrett now running in the lead, so he's got back past Jeremy Story and has done the fastest lap with a 2:04.1. So you love to see it. Jay Barrett in the Juicy Fruit M2.
What?
Team name is Juicy. Car 87. So this is a good battle for P1 and 2 right now between Barrett and Story. Story's got a bit of a run on him here down the Bentley Straight, kind of like what Dylan had on Turner. Now, and look at this, Story cleverly moving to the outside, going into the left-hander to try and get that line on the inside for the right-hand part of that.
Pit lane? Exiting the pit lane, actually.
Ryan Cody has, from last spot, obviously because he's pitted in, so that didn't count for his pit stop.
No, he didn't. Didn't he change? No, I don't think it's tires mandatory. Like, I don't know why it didn't count. Wow, but he was on the pits, definitely. And he wasn't a drive-thru because I would have seen it.
There's no pit window, right?
No, it doesn't. Let me check that. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Because there is no pit window for this race, guys. So I'm interested to know what happened to Ryan there. Fuel, mandatory fuel. Is it? I forget.
I know why it didn't count because he teleported.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would be a good reason.
Gotcha, that makes sense. So Chris Turner still trying to stay with Dylan. There's about half a second between them, so not much. And Guzman trying to reel Turner in. So Turner's pulled away from Guzman a little bit and is hanging with Dylan Sauer, so they've paired up now. Muff and Lukey still paired up as well on track right now, and Kadura has dropped from P3 to P7. Do you want to see what happened to him, Tiago? At one point, Kadura had the fastest lap and was running P3, so Kahoot has moved up to 3, obviously by default, and Schlieder and Muff and Lukey all move up a spot as well. So yeah, I want to see what happened to him. Carl Big running P11, started at the back, along with Saidi, Kersetta. Where is Ed? So Ed is with this group here of Castro, Bisden, Hopkins, and Funk. So we got a real group of cars here as Kersetta and Castro too wide. Kersetta has to check up a little bit as he gets towards the back of, I think that was Bruce. And then on the inside of Bruce right now, both Ed's having a look as well. As Louis Castro, he sneaks past Bruce. Ed's going around the long way on the outside. Real BMW group of aliens. That's right, especially Bruce Hopkins. We love Bruce. You got a replay, you said?
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
He goes into the massive straight where you can learn a language. On the sharp, he clearly overshoots and gets the sausage and loses it.
Sausage!
Yeah. And he, as a class act, he waits and rejoins perfectly safely.
Nice.
Great job.
That's a safe rejoin. That's the opposite sound effect of Dale's.
That is true.
What a safe rejoin. Yeah, you can clip that later. And you can add that to the channel.
What a safe rejoin.
Yeah. What a safe rejoin, old boy. Right, so Ed Kersetta, Louis Castro, David Funk, and Danny Bison, and Kostovic. Kostovic actually has about 1.8 seconds between him and Bison in P16. So these fast chaps, they were making better progress in this, but some incidents have caused them to fall down. Joby's made his way up. He's now chasing down Jay Guzman. Sakari 9, Joseph Savage is running wide. Who was running wide? That was Guzman. So Joby's going to get the run on the inside into the hairpin at turn 2. Nicely done by Joby. Guzman just obviously hit the brakes a little late and ran wide at turn 1. So those two are going to battle it out now. So Joby moves up to P24 and now sets his sights on the spaghetti mobile of Joey Melitti, which you can see here. He literally has spaghetti and meatballs as his livery. It's fantastic. Massive props to Joey for running that one.
Props? You sure?
Yeah, props. The two orange mobiles, Funk and Kerstetter, are currently battling each other. So Ed is going for a drift around that corner. Lovely stuff. He held onto it beautifully. Man, that was impressive. Nicely done. And Ed's going to use that. I love the shot as they come down the Bentley straight towards the bridge. Fantastic. So Ed Kerstetter will indeed get past Funk on the inside after holding on to that drift onto the straight. Nice stuff from Ed. And he now will be able to start chasing after Louis. Ahead of him is Louis Castro, Danny Bisden, and then go on.
Story on the pits, but he broke way before his pit stall. It's almost like he's giving up from P3.
Oh. Yeah, is he left?
No, he's on the server, I believe, but he's dropping positions as a rock, and he's not in his pit stall, I'm sure.
Huh?
Stopped.
He may have retired. I mean, he could have had an IRL situation or a technical failure, or who knows, right?
I'm starting to think, yeah.
Did he drive into the pits?
He did. He's in there, but I think he actually stopped in his stall, but he just approached his stall like really slowly. He lost a bunch of time.
So as things shake down, the highest of the people that started at the back right now is, you guessed it, Carl Big, Mr. Blackout 81. You know him, you love him. Car number 8 in the sleek all black livery. Look of concentration on his face there. We got a great shot of him as the car drove past, and he's up behind. Wait, Jay Barrett's in P8. What happened to Barrett?
I thought that was
okay.
What you
Can
were
you
showing. Let me get that replay.
Go see? Did something happen between Barrett and Story?
No, Barrett went by himself into that same sharp right that Edward did. I'm about to show you.
Okay, let me know when you got that ready. In the meantime, Mr. B does indeed get past Barrett. So Carl Big, who started last again, gets a little bit of sausage there onto the section, the right-hand section, and Barrett almost clips the back of him and managed to just stay off the back of his bumper, I think. And Mr. B is up to P8 from last, so fantastic drive so far. Can he beat his record? I think his record is P6 after starting at the back in this series. So we'll keep an eye on Mr. B. Let me know. You ready?
I think I am, and you were absolutely correct.
Okay, shoot.
Story goes, overshoots the inside of it. He doesn't have any positions, but he goes for it anyway, and pretty much murders him.
Yeah, and so Jeremy Story called it a day after that, did he? Looks like he's retired.
I think Story did.
No, he is on.
I don't see him.
He's on track, is he? Yeah, he's on track. He's on track in P26, so he has done his pit stop. He obviously got repairs, and he's back on track. So yeah, he did drive into the pits, got repairs, got his pit stop out the way, and he will carry on. I mean, technically, do you want to give him a penalty for that?
I can't, because this series was not announced as having live stream.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I mean, ordinarily, we would definitely issue a penalty for that one, I think.
This would be a surefire 15 seconds. In our point.
So Jay Barrett, even though he's dropped to P9 after that, so obviously that's why he fell down the order, and we'll catch up with who's leading the race in a moment, because it's awesome stuff at the top right now. Jay Barrett with a 2:04.1 is the fastest lap still of the race. Nick Cahoot leads the race, Tiago, for the first time in this
I'd love
season.
to say I'm shocked, but I know how fast this man is, so
Yeah, so
it's only fitting. Yeah.
great to see Nick putting a good run together here. He's in P1, and in P2 is Niall Schlieder. He's about 1.4 seconds behind Nick Cahoot, so Nick can kind of decide when he wants to pit in from here and see if he can hold this with 26 minutes to go in round 3. P3 is Kadura. It was Muff, and I was going to say how amazing it is that Muff is in P3, but he's currently in P12. Did he pit in?
According to my...
No, something happened.
Oh, no.
Can you find out what happened to Muff? He was in P3.
About to check out.
I mean, look at this group of drivers here, guys. Between 5th... By the way, Mr. B now in P5, and he has Chris Turner P4 dead ahead of him. So from last to 5th so far from Carl Big, and he's going to be on the inside of Turner there. Gets a good exit. Turner moves across to cover off that side, and we have a group literally from 5th to 13th are all together on track. This is awesome stuff in the M2s as always. And yeah, so Turner's going to try and defend against Mr. B right now. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully Turner can be so consistent, you know. It's hard, but B got a really good exit there. He's got the moves.
Got muffed. Sadly.
Oh, is B streaming as well? He is.
He is.
I didn't know. He doesn't normally stream the Monday races, so I was surprised.
I think his forecasting is internet more than anything, but it'd be a very fun stream.
Yeah, definitely. So Mr. B is streaming as well. Awesome. Yeah, I was surprised because he doesn't normally do the Monday stream. So
Yeah.
the working
I did
internet.
send his channel
Yeah.
on the chat.
Awesome. All right. So as we see this group of, just give me 1 second. We got a group of like 5 cars, all very close together, and Jay Barrett is trying to use this battle ahead of him to get past B. Now you've got Lukey, Turner, Big, Barrett, and Kostovich all in a little group here. This is fantastic stuff.
What a cluster. Damn.
Yeah, this is awesome. Look at this, 3 wide in spots, lots of side-by-side action as well. Somebody is pitting out of that group. I'm not sure who that was, but that's probably a good idea. That was Kostovich. So Kostovich pulls into the pits to get his stop out of the way. You will start to see drivers doing that. We're going to go to 2 wide, at least 1 pair into 2-1. This group of 6 cars now together on track, and it includes Danny Bison has made his way up into this battle along with Carlos Guzman. So great stuff here. Yeah, absolute great racing. I want to check in with the leaders, but they are kind of separated. Thank you for the follow, Great Jedi 169. Appreciate it. Oh, we've got an incident on track. It is Guzman.
Oh, Barrett's being hit again and taking someone with him.
Guzman managed to spin and keep going. So Tiago, we are going to need a replay of that. You're going to see some people pitting after that, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so here's the battle for P1. So Niall Schlieder has actually got himself in within 3/10 of Nick Cahoot. He had a 1.4 second lead at one stage, and now Schlieder is right on his heels. So the battle for P1 is well underway as they look to finish off lap 11. And Nick Cahoot held it, and unfortunately Schlieder didn't. There was no contact. I'm pretty sure that Nick went a little deep and held it, and I think Schlieder just followed him. Same line, and wasn't able to hold it. So unfortunate. Carl Big, meanwhile, up to P4 now from last-ish on the grid. I think Saidi was technically last, but, you know. And we got...
Quick so I can move on to that one.
Is that Lukey and B? Wait, what happened to B? Where did Carl go?
Where's Carl?
He's disappeared.
Hit it? No! No, he did this.
He disappeared.
No way. He
Oh no, please not his internet. Right, Lukey is pitting. We got drivers pitting in now. We'll find out what happened to Mr. B. But he has disappeared from my race control. And it looks like he was in P4 from last, so that was a cracking run. Okay, so drivers that have pitted in.
He fell from the server, lost connection. No.
No internet issues, he just fell from the server. Interesting.
Yeah, his stream's still running apparently.
Okay. Okay, he could rejoin, but I don't know if he'll want to.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are running drivers that have been in the pits so far. Savage, Cassette, Scott, Kostovich, Kerstetter, Kadura, Funk, Sour, Story have all pit in, and we have a bunch more drivers in the pits right now. Let's go to TV Helicam 2. Oh man, I feel bad for Mr. B.
That's bad. Like his stream is live. Like I don't know what happened.
At least his internet didn't fail. That's all I was worried about for a second there. I'm like, no, you know, like. All right, so Muff in P8 right now, yet to pit as well. He's in a battle here with Jay Barrett and Faris Saidi, who did start dead last, is up to P6, yet to pit as well. So we do have Guzman in the pits right now. Most drivers at the back have pit now. We might have the odd driver that hasn't. Miller is yet to pit, and he's in P14. So he'll be going into the pits shortly. We're down... No, we're at 26 drivers right now. So we've lost one. That's just B. Nick Cahoot pits from P1. And Niall Schlieder, by default, will take the lead of the race. We saw him have a spin behind Nick Cahoot about 2 laps ago. Dead last in the chat.
Oh my god. What are the odds?
That's right.
Welcome to Dead Last.
So Danny Bison also started at the back along with Castro and Saidi. So Bison, Castro, Saidi are currently 2nd, 3rd, and 4th after starting at the back.
On the...
All right, yeah, Barrett, Turner, Cahoot, Muff, all pitting in. So Muff's going to come down to about P12 right now. He will want to get back out there as quickly as he can.
Oh.
Mr. Blackout 81 with the raid. Thank you, my brother. Dude, I was worried it was your internet, man. Okay, first of all, I was surprised you were streaming on a Monday. Second of all, you were probably celebrating your internet. And then third, at least your internet didn't die.
I have never been sad to receive a raid in my life, but I wish you still on the track, man. I'm so sorry, B. Shout out to this dude on the chat.
I don't know if you can get kicked off the server.
No.
I think it would just be a drop from the server. Hey, Nollis, how are you?
One of those, like, ACC has, like, if you lose packages for, like, half a second, you could be dropped.
Yeah,
Not that you will, but you could.
On our screens, he just disappeared, yeah.
Yep.
So Muff comes out the pits in P17. At one stage, Muff was right up there. He dropped down a few places. Did you ever get a replay for that? I forget.
Moffat I did, but I lost it because like I thought it moved on.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It's just been there's so much action as always.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Let's just get that one. Like.
Yeah, no worries. So Muff was running P3, and I was cheering him on. We got a yellow flag.
Yellow Kadura.
Kadura, he's rejoining right now from deep in the grass, from 3-point range. Get a replay of that one if you can.
From 3-point range, that's a good one.
From downtown. Fred says restart the whole race. Listen, B is important to us, Fred, but he ain't that important.
Oh! Oh!
Restart the whole race? What do you think he is, the king?
Okay. Yeah, halfway through, like it's quite a lot.
Imagine what that would do to everybody else. Plus, I have a second commitment.
And plus, I have to go to sleep.
I have a second commitment at 7:30 on the dot, which is the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up show over on Cartwheel Champ's channel. It's a football-related show, so if any of you like football, give Cartwheel Champ a follow, and you can listen to my voice. You can continue listening to the dulcet tones of my voice over there.
I should have got his Twitch so I could get a shout out. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I think most people that come here are race fans, not football. Not so much football. You trust in me. You got a replay? All right, perfect. As we see Farrett Sadie pitting in. Here's the replay.
Mr. Kadura goes wide and he goes deep. Like deep.
What would have happened if he'd have rejoined on the left there? DQ?
No, he would have followed because it would have been a cut behind, not a cut forward. So
yeah.
He would have followed but lost a lot of ground on the cross.
Right, and then he would have had to redo that section. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so Farris pit from the lead, I think, or from second. Yeah, no, Niall Schleter still in the lead of the race. So here is your race leader, guys, by 12.2 seconds, but he is yet to pit. Danny Bison Carbon, as you know him from Twitch, is in P2 after starting last with Farris and Louis Castro and Mr. B. B's dream of last to first it looked like a possibility. It did look like a possibility. Yeah, so Bison takes the lead by default as Schleter goes into the pits from the lead. So now Danny Bison has gone last to first-ish. I think Farris technically was last, but they all started at the back, right?
What is this middle section of the pit? Barrett, Farris, Kostovich, like
Lukey, Barrett, Kostovich, who's done the fastest lap now, by the way, by a good margin, a 2:03.6 for Kostovich. So I wonder if he didn't do. Oh, somebody's off in the grass ahead of that. Who's that? Somebody missed their breaking point. That was Kadura. It was Kadura. He rejoins behind that group. So Kadura is definitely new to this track as well, I think.
I think, yeah, he's quite fast, but like he's not holding the track quite well right now.
Absolutely. So here's Muff in P13. So keep going, Muff. I have faith in you. He's running really well up in P3. Something happened to him. We were going to queue up the replay, but it's just been so busy out there. A great group here of 5 cars, all screaming down the center straight towards turn 1. And that was my ASMR right there, Tiago.
Do you still have that soundbite?
Somewhere. Yes, somewhere. I can do it live. I don't need the soundbite.
Oh my god. Kadura, another monster yellow. I'm about to get a replay for you.
Okay.
Wow.
Kadura is lawn mowing again. All right, so yes, Samir is having some issues there. We also have a group of 3 in 16, 17, 18. That would be Vincent Stout, Ricky Scott, and Chris Turner. So Ricky Scott still out on track. Got caught up in... I don't know. He got caught up in something earlier. Lost a couple of positions, but he's right now running P17, and he's in a battle with 3 cars. So that's what you really want in this series. You just want to be involved in a somewhat of a battle. 19 through 20... 19 through 26 is pretty spaced apart. 5, 6, 7 seconds. Joey's getting passed by a couple of people that are ahead of him. That'll be... Oh, did we lose Kyle? No, Kyle's there. P25. Okay. You got a replay.
For the important circumstances, I'm gonna keep this camera just to show how much did he lose the brakes. He should be braking around here. He broke around here.
Oh boy.
So, he gone. Let me check that.
Man.
He's quite far. So, no chance to getting that back. You just lost, bro.
Yeah, I mean, just once all the pit stops shake down, Kim, that's, you know what I mean? That's kind of what happened. So Nick Cahoot, who was leading the race right now. He's right behind Niall Schleter. And Jeremy Story, who pit really early after taking out... who did he take out? Barrett. He did take out Barrett, got damaged, but he's now leading the race. And so his early pit stop has paid off once more. Niall Schleter, everybody is pit now. So Story leads from Schleter, Cahoot in third. So there's a battle on for P2 right now. Hopefully they can catch P1. Dylan Sauer is back kind of in a world on his own right now. Danny Bison, who has now pit, is in P5. We got another yellow flag. It's Lukey is off in the grass. And Barrett is well involved, maybe? So I don't know if you want to get a replay of that. Muff moves up to P11 by default. Oh, I'm still on your replay screen. Sorry, guys.
That's good. That's good because I'm right here. This is Barrett behind this Lukey in the red car. And Lukey does an emission spin. Let's see what happens here. Over under.
Oh, Barrett clips the back of Lukey. That
Oh,
spins.
but that's tricky because there's space to the left and Lukey chooses to keep on the right. So
It's hard there because I'm sure that Barrett would have been understeering like crazy trying to get out there. Yeah, that's a tricky one.
okay.
Yeah, so demo, Mr. B unfortunately disconnected and then raided a channel. He disconnected from the server. Not sure what happened. It just dropped. So his internet appeared to be fine though. But I mean, it could have been a spike of some kind. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Very slow morning by Louis Castro, which is P8.
Turner and Ricky Scott still battling away, 16-17th right now. There's half a second between them, and just ahead of them is Stout as well. So this battle of three, and actually you'll see Lukey, who was involved in that incident just now, he's now trying to catch that group as well. So that could turn into a 4 or 5 car battle, which would be nice. We'll keep an eye on that. We've got two yellow flags somewhere. Guzman and Cody.
Yeah. Back of the grid, still there. About to get a replay from.
All right, yeah, we just seen the end of that because the camera work was horrendous. Kostovic on Saidi right now as they go into turn 2. Saidi keeps the inside line. Kostovic tries the old rope-a-dope, sneak it back out on the inside, but doesn't get it. Faris gets a great exit and will hold on to P9 for now. They're trying to chase down Louis Castro, who's about 2.8 seconds up the road. And as we see Faris hold on to the inside here, going into, I forget the name of it now, honestly. I need to put the track map up on my other screen. So Kostovic and Faris Saidi involved in a tussle for 9th and 10th right now. Ed Kerstetter is right on the heels of Danny Bison, and they're both weaving on the Bentley straight. There isn't a massive amount of draft to be had, but we have seen a couple of passes on this straight due to that. So a little bit of battling between these two. These two are both 949 drivers as well, I think, in the past. They know each other well. All right, we've got a replay from Tiago.
And this is quite a long one. I'll try to skip ahead at some point. Mr. Kyle does not know what track limits mean and keeps going, but okay. And then he proceeds to do again, but that's okay. And he's still good. He proceeds to do it again.
Ed and Danny on your screens, bottom right, just got into a collision as well, Tiago, as they race each other.
But okay, the focus of this is right here.
Oh, hang on. Back to the replay. Sorry, I thought you'd done.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone rejoins and hits Cody.
Bad rejoin. If somebody wants to play that in the chat, I forget I forget what it is. Rejoin or shit or what? What do you type to get it?
So,
or is it it's a channel point? Yeah, hang on, I got it.
Oh.
That was a shit rejoin.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go.
All right, so Ed drops to P8 after that collision with Bison. I don't know if you want to bring that up on your screen if you can. Let's check in with the leader, Jeremy Story's 6-second lead. So his early pit has served him really well again, and he's leading the race by 6 seconds. Nick Cahoot in P2, still trying to fend off Niall Schlieder. So these two have been in a battle for the majority of the race. It's 7 minutes to go. And yeah, they've been in a battle for a long part of this race. Pretty crazy stuff. And kind of what makes this series great. Dylan Sauer is a couple of things about it. He's been on his own since the pit stops, which is unfortunate. That's just how it is. Funk as well right now, currently on his own, 14 seconds back. And then Castro trying to close the gap to Funk ahead of him. It's currently 1.7 seconds. And here's the replay of Bison and Kerstetter.
Yes, as they enter the last chicane, which I believe Danny does not hold his own. It's the side of it, and they probably having a good laugh on the voice chat, but
Oh yeah,
that's the end.
yeah. And as we know, this series is a bit of fun, with a dash of serious racing because of the sheer number of drivers now. So Kostovic has stayed ahead of somebody running wide there. Louis Castro taking some grass on the straight. Faris Saidi has dropped down to P10. So Kostovic got past Faris and is now right behind Ed Kerstetter and Danny Bison. So a little group of three battling for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Faris will try and reel those guys in. Not sure if he's got any damage. Jay Barrett, who at one stage was leading this race, is now closing in on Muff ahead of him. 3/10 the gap. Barrett has a little look on the inside. Nothing going into the hairpin at turn 2. And we'll stay with this battle because it's pretty much the closest. Kostovic on Kerstetter is pretty close as well.
Barrett has been rapid, by the way. Very rapid.
Jay has had he's had great pace here today. If he hadn't got taken out, I mean, who knows? I think he could have been podium finish.
He was pole, by the way. He was pole position. Of course, there was the use from the aliens, but he was pole.
So Kostovic on Kerstetter, and we'll keep an eye on Barrett as they come through whatever that bloody second hairpin is called. Yeah, I can't remember. They just went through Hamilton, and then one of them's Brundle. I forget which corner's Brundle. I'll have to bring up the map, but yeah. They're going into Williams right now, which brings them onto the Bentley Straight, and there's a piece of area in the middle of the track at Williams corner there. Interesting.
Completely non-related to anything in the virtual Le Mans 24 hours this year. Alex Brundle had a surprise interview with his dad, which was like pretty awesome. You guys should look on YouTube.
Barrett has a look on the what will be the outside here. A little bit of curb from Muff. That's going to cost him some time. Barrett gets the run on the exit there. They go in. He has enough room to get across and take the racing line into that first right-hander. Agostini, Volcan. Thank you. Thank you, Volcan.
What? Move on the outside of that specific turn. Damn.
Yeah, Agostini, that'll be the second hairpin, I believe, yeah. So Jay Barrett makes the move on Muff and moves up to P11. Muff in P12. Again, he was in like P3 at one stage, so could have had a bit. Dylan Sowell's made up some ground on Niall Schlieder, and who's dropped back from Nick Cahoot, so things happening there. Cahoot has reeled a second in from Jay Story, but I just don't see a way to catch with just under 3.5 minutes to go. Oh, you like this track? Nice.
Mr. Bakirdan will be in our next buying series, the Alien. Mr. Area 51 Bakirdan will be there.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I mean, he says he's no alien.
Yes, you are.
Bison, we got a yellow flag for Kerstetter, and he is against the barrier. I don't know if you want to figure out what happened to him, and the front of his car is totaled. And with 2.5 minutes to go, I think that will be Ed retiring unless he wants to drive it in that condition. Bison is chasing down Castro, who's indicating left, not sure why, as he goes down the Bentley Straight. Let me know when you got a replay of what happened to Ed.
I do. He just runs wide, keeps on the grass, and waits for it. He goes one more corner, but 1 second. And he just chooses to nah, that's good enough. He's on the gas right here. He
had enough.
He just chooses right here. He's like, yep, I'm going.
All right, Carbon gets, as we see Louis Castro running really wide there on the last corner, and he's comes along the grass and rejoins behind Bison. So Louis Castro drops to P7 from P6. Your current order: Story, Kahoot, Schlieder, Sauer, Funk, Bison, Castro, Kostovic, Saidi, Barrett. That's your top 10. Then you've got Moffat, Kadura, Guzman, Stout, and we've got a battle between Lukey and Ricky Scott going ahead here as they come through the last corner. They've also got Stout dead ahead of them, so this is 14th, 15th, 16th. And Lukey's had an eventful race for sure. He got caught up in somebody else's spin, I think, right? And then, yeah, so eventful race for Lukey as they go into turn 1. He's trying to catch Ricky Scott. We also have Chris Turner in P18. He's with Bruce on track right now, 4 tenths separating them. And Chris will be looking to make a move on, looking to make a move on Bruce. Thank you, Kim. Sorry, I just read chat and I was like, oh, that's really nice of you. Thank you.
Kim's a nice lady.
Joby Savage is in P22. We do love Joby. He's currently chasing Guzman. Jay Guzman, that is. And then you've got Miller right behind him. There's Ed still sat on the grass. And then Carl Cassette and Ryan Cody, who, credit to Ryan, this is his first race in the M2. I don't think he'd driven the car before today. And he is joined the series. And, I mean, his fastest lap time is faster than several. So I think he had that incident where he had to teleport early on, and that just kind of set him up for the whole race.
Final lap now.
Final lap for Jeremy Story, car 584, and he has a 6-second lead. So unless something tragic happens.
Car 334 disqualified driving the wrong way?
Oh, Ryan was disconnected as well. I gotcha. That's what happened to Ryan. Thanks, Dale. Appreciate that. We thought he teleported to the pits, but I guess so he got disconnected and then rejoined. So, not just B that got disconnected then. Ryan as well, Tiago.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Kyle Cassette tried to cut, a sector, and he was disqualified by driving the wrong way. He was accurate.
Okay. Oh, Lukey, we see Lukey at the forefront of your screen there going really, really deep. He's going to rejoin here at the last corner onto the straight and try and stay with the cars that he was battling with, which is Ricky Scott and Vincent Stout, but he's definitely lost some time there.
Hey, Cam? No.
Yeah, a couple of people disconnect. I mean, it happens. It is, it's internet-based. These things happen. So Dylan Sauer, P4, currently 6 tenths off of Schlieder. So he's done really well, actually, Dylan, to close that gap, because I'm pretty sure it was bigger than that. His last lap was a 2:04.9. He's lapping a little bit faster than all 3 drives ahead of him. Obviously, he's out of time. And Jeremy Story, we are going to see him drive around the last sector, Sector 3. He's about halfway through Sector 3 right now, onto this long sweeping right-hand corner. And he's going to cross the line and take round 3 at Snetterton. Yeah, it's an interesting track, it's these tracks in a field. It's why I never used to like Silverstone, because it's featureless. And that the parts of England where the racetracks are fairly featureless, except Brands Hatch is kind of really wooded, and I quite like that. It feels like you're racing in the woods, and I like that. So anyway, Story takes the win. Nick Kahoot will take P2. Niall Schlieder will take P3, so that's your podium. Story, Kahoot, Schlieder. Dylan Sauer will take P4. Funk is going to cross the line in 5th with Danny Bison, aka Carbon, right behind him. And then Louis Castro crosses in P6. Kostovic, P7. There's people leaving already, so my order is getting messed up. Saidi, P8. Kostovic says P9. Now, yeah, it's all messed up. P9 will be Barrett. P2. I've lost it. They've ruined it.
There's no problem.
These damn guys leaving. I believe Barrett was 10. 11th for Moffat, Justin Moffat, or Muff as you know him on Twitch. So great drive from Muff. P11. I'm sure he will be disappointed because he probably had a chance at a bit more. Stout will cross the line in P14. Ricky Scott will come in P15. Then we've got Lukey in P16. Turner, yellow flag. He stopped.
Yeah.
Blumenkrantz and
sorry.
Bruce Hopkins will take P16 because Chris Turner has stopped on the track. Has he run out of gas? He's pushing. Cody. Ryan run out of gas?
It could be.
I think Cody's out of gas and Turner is giving him a piggyback to the line. And you love to see it. That's how friendly everyone is here, you know. Joey will come in P19, or Willie, yeah, he's driving super slowly. So he's gonna join this little train of love.
It is the case, Ryan. Cody ran out of gas and tried to cut half a track, still wasn't enough, and then Turner went to the rescue.
So Miller will come in 21 will be Miller, 22 Savage, 23 Guzman, 24 Kerstetter, and my dog is barking. Bailey! Oh my god. Guys, I'm sorry about
Bailey.
the dog. Bailey, you are... Honestly, you're gonna get in trouble. Your mum's gonna yell at you. Just gonna say that, right? And here is your race winner. Let me find the music, and then I gotta run, as always, pretty quick here. But we want to. Okay, why is the camera not working? There you go. Oh, it's done that thing again. You remember it did that last week, Tiago, where it like shot across the bloody field. I used to have that down pat.
No, I don't know. For some reason, all cars froze on my screen, so I don't know what's happening with the game.
You're not sure what's happening with the game.
That's weird.
All right, there's your winner, guys. Worst track ever, says Kyle Cost. I missed my pit stop by the whole pit. It was right in the beginning, and I went to the end and had to reverse back. Terrible. No worries.
Just to highlight something, Cal Cassette lost no time and wrote, let me get that quote.
All right, guys, I have to run really quickly. Sorry, Tiago.
No problem at all.
Guys, that was round 3. We'll see you next Monday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Much love. Thanks, Vulcan. Everyone that tuned in tonight, much love. We'll see you next week. See you, Tiago.
Go, go, go.
See you, man. Take care of yourselves and each other.